You advised me to get out of those inner city classrooms. And I have to admit, for a moment, I thought about it. Trading the temporary buildings for a more permanent place of instruction, disposing of the dough-centered pizza for a state-of-the-art cafeteria. But the one thing that I could never quite stomach was exchanging the brown smiles of my children for the green dollar of the suburb. And honestly, I could never expect someone like you to ever understand the difference between destitute and disenfranchised, between silently reading and emotionally mute, between double consciousness and the dichotomy of my little negrita Amber who speaks of her abuela but still gets offended when you point out she's black. So keep your lily white opinions, because the fact is that Gabby's dad missed her last dance performance because he's still in Iraq. So the next time you want to preach to me about the injustice that I'm doing by teaching outside of a reading workshop, remember that your whole operation of higher education has you basing your newly written textbook sales off the mandatory reading list of your students. Taking my hard-earned paycheck to have me color a house and read aloud. Well, I got a brainstorming activity for you. Explain to me why little Miss Smith has been sleeping on the floor of the Salvation Army for the last 9 days and tomorrow's shelter night sleep is not promised. Or predict to me how little Eric will return home tonight to role-play daddy to his 2 younger siblings while his mom works a second shift to pay the rent. Or take these children's dreams and horror stories hooked deep into your heart home every day and try to assign them a grade. Then tell me to shut my door, close them out, spend only the 7.5 hours that I'm paid for at this never-ending sanctuary for shattered spirits. Shove all my naive compassion into a 90-minute block schedule and expect somebody's life to be changed. Because see, I don't know if the mirrors in the Woodlands reflect different than in East Houston, but the last time I checked, my students were more scared of gang wars than they've ever been of a test score. So if I have to speak all 5 love languages, each liaste, yo no tengo una voz, just to get them to feel safe enough to learn English, I will. And don't preach to me about getting burnt out, because a match must be blackened to light any fire, and I'd rather be a charred and fatigued soldier doing war in these trenches than to brandish your manicure battle wounds of a PhD any day, so Professor. Excuse my brash tone and blatant candor, but I've never seen any statistics that support the fact that children get to pick their own economic status. And the last kid that I heard of who got to pick out his parents was the Messiah. So unless you're a virgin attempting to birth me some idealized circumstances to teach under, keep your advice and realize that this classroom, my classroom, will remain open today.